went to see that with my dad and stepmother, and I was 26 at the time. And believe me, I felt as embarrassed as a 12-year-old, like wanting to cross his legs when that first opening scene started with Philip Seymour Hoffman and Marissa Tomei. I was like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. I'm 26 and I'm watching this with my parents. Yeah.
Man, that movie, that sets the tone immediately, that opening scene.
Yeah, everybody's getting effed in that movie, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's an awkward one to watch right there.
And I had no idea that was... I didn't know anything about that movie going in. I was just like, oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Ethan Hawke, sign me up. Well, yeah. let's go. Let's go. And they'll go see anything. So they would go see anything. So I was like, man.
That was during the Tomasons too, when she did Wrestler.
When she was kind of the Tomasons.
Yeah, brother.
I think we just created a new hashtag, Mark. Yeah, I don't know how to spell it though.
Yeah, I mean, since it's made up, we're set. Wait, yeah. Tomei, right? Tomei, and then we could just carry off of that on Renaissance. Tomei, okay. Ssance.
Works for me.
Oh, man. I probably spelt that wrong. I'm using Pete postulates and all this kind of stuff. Hey, so before we get out of here, just give me your top 3 scenes.
Oh, for First Reformed.
Yeah. Ooh. No, for Before the Devil Knows You're Dead.
Are you serious?
No. Sorry, dude.
How about an alternating list of best scenes from both movies?
There we go.
You know what? The barbed wire really hit me because I did not see that coming at all. You see him take that barbed wire down and you don't think anything of it until it shows up again. I was like, oh my God. Literally, oh my God. I think the scene with him and Michael is very powerful. I love really the way Schrader shoots it. I love Ethan Hawke's voiceover. Like we were talking about earlier, it was exhilarating. You know, he hasn't gotten this level of engagement with any of the few parishioners at his church, obviously. And I can kind of relate to that feeling where you're talking with someone and it's more than just, oh, hey, how's the weather? How's the family? You know, where you actually start talking about concepts. Start talking about existence, reflecting on things you've done, things you've experienced, and sort of filtering that through kind of the greater picture kaleidoscope, as it were. So I really like that because I didn't find I never found the voiceover to be cloying or sentimental or manipulative. It seemed right to me that was the approach Schrader took. So that's 2. Jeez, man.
Do you want me to do my third real quick? I'll do a couple so you can think. Or are you ready to go?
Well, you know what? Just as kind of a cast off funny moment when Cedric the Entertainer is talking about how what is it, A Mighty Fortress or Onward Christian Soldiers, one of those songs. Did you know he composed that in an outhouse?
Yeah, Martin Luther, yeah.
And I actually laugh at that every time I watch the movie. So it's a very serious movie, and then there's this very funny moment, and then you feel bad because he's like saying, what do they call that? The tourist church? And Ethan Hawke's like very softly and kind of resignedly says, they call it the gift shop. Yeah.
He's such a brat though when Jeffers is doing that, right? Jeffers or Cedric.
Yeah.
Instead of just going along with it, he's like, yeah, everyone in my school learned that. Like this. Come on, man, have some fun.
Oh, you know what, Mark? I will say that awkward moment where the tourist tells the joke and Ethan Hawke is just kind of like, you can tell he probably wants to say something and that he's probably heard it a million times, but he just has this blank look on his face like, let's just end the tour already, kind of. I can't take this anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, he gives him the huh.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't heard that one. Oh. So what are yours, Mark? I cheated and did 4 kind of.
I love it. I love the Magic Mystery Ride where it just goes to hell. Yeah. It goes to, I mean, we've covered that a lot, and Only God Forgives and the House of Jack Bell. It kind of goes to a metaphorical hell. It starts in a great place, and that's what's in his head. And also, maybe I'm cheating here, but just I really like the scene right before when she comes over, but he's in the back room. And it just shows the scarceness of it and just what his life is like. And when she comes over to deal with that, I really dig that. And then
I kind of like, not to interrupt, I like how that whole scene is kind of set up like it's a stage performance with that lonely chair in that sitting room, and then the empty fireplace and all that. I think that's great.
And it feels organic to me too, just the way he lives his life and has that. All right, so I got my 2, and then I got a ton of notes here. Jeez Louise. Oh, so I found this one shot really interesting where there's a lot of shots where, and it's like, I have Tall walk into frame, and just everything's very, you see the door frames, you see the houses, but there's one shot when he's kind of in this weird state of mind where you can't see the top of the door frame. And it's cut off. I don't know. It was so different to me, and it just, I kind of thought, I questioned that more than, because that's a filmmaking choice, not what, metaphorical or grasping for something else, options. I was like, why did he leave that there? What's this? Like, that's what got me questioning the most. If you ever watch it again, you see that door frame that's not shot all the way. It's funky. It's the only one that you really see, and that's what my favorite is, because it's just different enough to make me notice.
When does that take place, Mark? Like, during, what's the context of that?
Oh goodness, I'll find it and I'll send you the timestamp.
Yeah. Just let me know, because now I'm curious, because I didn't pick up on that at all.
I'll probably do it in 3 weeks. Just remind me each week, and then I'll go do it for you.
Sounds good.
And by then, I'm just gonna do it. So hey,
I'm just gonna watch the movie again. Yeah.
So I just want to tell everybody, just make sure to go back and listen to our Feel Good series. I love the episode we did on Dragged Across Concrete. I love Only God Forgives. I love Green Room. I love Elle. I love this one, and we've done another one. Why can't I think of all of them? But they're all good. You know what I'll do? I'll just add them in this post.
Yeah, whatever.
So
whatever,
if you're listening to this, just look at the description for this episode, and I'll add all the other episodes. Go back and listen to those. We always have a good time. I feel like I'm the most lucid with you, Jonny Numb.
I'll take that as a compliment, I think. Yeah.
Normally I'm a whirling dervish, but yeah, no, I dig these, and I think they do bring up good conversations, and so I'm looking forward to hear what everyone hears about this. But anything you want to plug before you get out of here?
Basically, you can find me on Twitter and Letterboxd at Jonny Numb. There are no H's in those Johnnies, but there are B's in those Nums. And you can also find
and a K.
Yeah, like Knuckle. Yeah. You can also find me at CrashPalaceProductions.com, where I review movies and co-host the Last Knock horror podcast. So that's all I got.
I love it. Well, thank you for joining me, man.
Oh, thank you, Mark. It was a pleasure as always.
And so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Jonny, no hope, numb. This is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.